Hello there. So I wanted to go over my NNDM trades today because I'm pretty proud of my performance. So as you can see here, this is NNDM Nano Dimension. They 3D print, they make 3D printers that print circuitry, which is pretty freaking cool. But so they had this run up, and I felt that it was a little overextended for this massive float. And this morning they had relatively low volume, and you can see that the volume has been kind of fading. Um, and so, boy, let me get the red to green line on here. There's a way to do it, I know it. Previous close. Well, you know what? I'm just going to tell you that the red to green line was 760. All right, so keep that number in mind because that's a key number, 760. Right, so I thought that it was overextended, but apparently the market disagrees, which is fine. Came up, and then it opened actually below the previous close. The open today was 753, so that is a gap down. And since it's overextended, in my opinion, I thought overextended gap down. So what happened today is it gapped down, it made a nice push, and I thought 750 was gonna be it. So I bought a put at 750 with a 750 strike price, and I was risking red to green, 760. So it came up to red to green, which made me feel kind of dumb because I could have got my put for cheaper, and then it fell back down. And I felt very confident in my bearish choice, but then it failed to break down. Came back down here and it held. Let's see if there's a. Oh, this is 1 hour. Let's make this 5 minutes so we can get a better view. Came up, boom, fell down. Oh, and look at that. This 740 high from the other day held that resistance level. So that became new support. And then it began pushing. And it broke yesterday's close. So that is a green to red move. That is a reversal of momentum. And so I says to myself, I says, close out the put. Actually, when this level held and it started pushing in here, I closed out my put for a $5 loss. I only had one contract, so keep your losses small while you're still learning. And one of the best ways to keep your losses small is to keep your size small. So one contract, $5 loss, I can handle that. So I saw this pattern emerging, and I've seen this before. I know this pattern. This is a reversal pattern. It's it looks kind of like a tooth or a fang. Let me see if I can bring over my other chart, because for me it was very clear on my here we go. So it looks like a tooth, like a shark tooth or a bear claw or something. And so I thought, well, I know that pattern. That's going to go back up to resistance. And the resistance in my mind was 790, because that was this pre-market high here. At 790. So I go long at 760 and I'm risking, you know, a green to red move. And so of course it dips below 760. That was right here, dips below 760 to 759 and I stop out because everyone knows that dummies are gonna have a stop at those prices, and so they intelligently wait to buy until the price goes down. They can stop hunt noobs like me. And so I knew right away what had happened, and I was like, fuck, I did that stupid thing. Let's see, that was right here. So this right here, that's my purchase, or my sell, right there at the bottom. And at least I was smart because it broke this, came back down, and I actually bought on the dip this time, like a smarty. But then I stopped out right here, and I knew that I had done it. I knew it was a mistake, and usually I would just pout and stomp around and be like, I always stop out and then it runs, meh. But instead, this time I maintained my conviction, and I'm proud of this because I knew that I had seen this pattern before. It's a reversal. It made a green to red move. Resistance was way up here in the 790s, and so I maintained my conviction, and instead of just crying about it, I just got back in. I got back in, I think, at the same price that I got in originally. And part of me was like, oh man, what am I doing here? Am I like not chasing, but how much money do I want to throw at this stock? Like, how much money do I want to lose because I'm a dumbass who buys when it's going up and sells when it's going down? Um, so I got back in, and I'm proud that I got back in. I'm proud that I had that conviction, and let's see, I think that was around right here. Oh yeah, because these are 5 minutes now. So I was in and out and in again within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And then it pushed up here and I was wetting my pants a little bit. So I took half off into this push and then it pulled down and rather than keep my conviction, I think I sold right around here. It pulled back and then it pushed and I wanted to lock it in. So I made 5 cents on this trade and then it went up to my target. Oh, that's the other thing. I had stops and I had targets, which is, you know, it's awesome that I did that. So on the first my first long trade, I got in at green to red on the dip and I was risking a red to green move, which was too close, really, because, they shake you out so that they can take your shares and run them up. So I think this would have been a better stop. It's worth considering. I mean, if it had convincingly broke red to green, this probably would have held as support for at least a couple minutes. And then this, when I got shaken out here, I mean, that's obvious. I should have expected this pull because of this resistance. And let's see, is there more? Yeah, it was also yesterday's high. We're near there. So I should have expected that pull, and I did not. Well, I think I was also looking at the 1 minute chart, and so I got too in the moment and I stopped thinking big picture because this was the big picture move that I was anticipating, but then this is the little picture play that I played. So 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 I got shaken out in the little picture, but then my big picture thesis played out. I thought it would actually go to 8, and it still might, but that's the other thing, right? Only I was gonna say only noobs think in whole dollar, half dollar, but Tim Bowen is a seasoned professional, and he talks whole dollar, half dollar all the time. So I guess what I mean to say is think whole dollar, half dollar, but play around whole dollar, half dollar. I guess it's not an entirely formulated thought, but anyway, I'm proud of this because I recognized the trend change and I stopped out. I didn't remain stubborn. I only lost $5. Let's see what that loss would have been right now. Oops, that's different. So right now those puts, there's a really thin bid for 80. So so I saved 15 bucks so far by stopping out where I did. And I mean that's on one contract, right? If I had 5 contracts, those savings multiply. If I had 5 contracts, you know, I'd be down I'd be down 100 bucks right now, which is a lot to me. Um, so I'm proud that I had a plan, that I stuck to the plan. I'm proud that I had a plan when I got back in. I'm proud that I maintained my conviction even after getting kicked in the nuts a little bit. And I'm proud that I called it, even though I did not maintain my conviction here. It's, for whatever reason, it's harder for me to maintain conviction on the bullish side. And I thought about, you know, buying a put up here to push it down, but the strike price, I couldn't like buy an in the money put for a reasonable amount, and I want that to be a part of my short strategy or my bearish strategy, because I've bought out of the money puts before because they were cheap and I have got hosed. So yeah, that is my NNDM thing. Here's a trick that I use to help with my psychology, and I used it on the bearish side and it helped me stick to my plan. But then when I went bullish, I did not use it, and as we've discussed, I did not stick to my plan. So this is really silly, and I recognize that. But what I like to do is I like to have this video up next to my chart, and it kind of helps me remember to be a badass and stay calm through the storm. And I think that, I mean, it's a psychological trick, you know? That's my idol. That's who I want to be in this trade, you know? Like, weather the storm. Look how stoic and badass he is. So, in the future, I will have to do that. I should just bookmark it or something, because it's on someone else's Twitter right now. I have to look them up to find this. Anyway, hope your trading is going good. Hope that you're learning Remember, process is more important than outcome. Get better, get good, stay disciplined and smart and stuff. Farewell.